now go party. We me lordy, but you got now go shame me. Baby, money mo confet and maybe I'm about to get to know mama. My lady, your body is unnecessary.
Hey, how you guys doing today? Welcome to Ajax Production. My name is Eniola Ajax and this is Let's Talk Business. On this episode of Let's Talk Business, we have a great episode for you today. I have a great guest that I've been trying to get on the show for so long. But it's just been, time and, trying to develop my skills and doing what I'm doing, and what I mean? You don't want to just come with bullcrap either, you want to
I agree.
upgrade the level a little bit.
Yes.
So that's what I was trying to do. And I think I've got there, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So let's see how we can, let's see how we can get into it. So, how you doing today, bro?
I'm doing great, man.
That's
Doing
what's
great.
up, that's what's up.
That's it.
I mean, so what you been up to today,
Man.
so far?
Right now, man,
Yeah.
just
Running
running
around.
around errands here and there, really appreciate it for actually having me on here today.
No, you're
Really
welcome.
appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Definitely here to at least share my experience.
Yes.
Everybody ever listening.
Yes. So okay, so let me get it correct. Like you do Airbnb, right?
Yes, correct.
That's your main side hustle.
I wouldn't say main side hustle. It's one
One of the side hustles.
Yes,
Got you. So you have multiple.
Yes.
I mean, other side
Yeah,
hustles that you're
yes,
doing. Got you. That's what's up. So what is your history in business? Like, what have you been doing? Since high school. I mean, because I'll tell you mine. So,
Yeah.
let you get into it.
Man, my history, I would say, ever since I was like a little kid, I've always been that kind of guy that, hey man, if I want to get this shoes or I want to get this thing done, I have to go work for it.
Hustle for it.
So I think I started at a young age. I started selling on eBay. I was having my family members help me ship it, because at that time I couldn't drive or anything. So just from there, I think that was when I started receiving that business-minded person of like, hey, like this is something I really like to do.
Got you.
Sir.
Okay. I guess I'll tell mine. It's equal sharing. I didn't know all this stuff until college.
Yes.
When I actually needed money, because someone might say, sheltered or whatever,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I agree.
And I was like, oh, dude, I do need to make some money because, God, damn, it's no time to work and go to school. So we had to create a hustle. So that hustle was, cell phone repair, and that was taking photography.
Oh, wow.
Then that's when I started all this, and that's where all this knowledge comes from. So yeah, that's my history in business. So how did you get into Airbnb? Why do you see that as a viable business to get into? You know what I mean?
I'll put it this way, just like you said, to the money too. I would say during the pandemic, when I had at the job I was working with at that time, I got a call one time. They told me, hey man, just don't come in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was a cut. So at that time I was like, yo, I gotta do something.
No, similar
I
story.
gotta do something. So I think it was through social media. I was seeing a lot of folks posting their, Airbnbs and this. I got really super curious, as in like, hey, like, how can one start this? So definitely, I started like getting into a little bit more research, watching YouTube videos, being in contact with other people that were in the business, and my business partner and I just started like calling apartments. We just wake up in the morning and just start calling apartments like, hey, do you guys do trust and rental? Blah blah blah. We get no, yes, maybe. No, your business is still new. Here and this. It's just, we didn't actually like just stop there. We just started calling, and that's how we got an answer one time. And we just went from there and just ran with it.
So that's God's blessing, right?
I know.
That's God's blessing. That's interesting. So how difficult is this business model? Like honestly, like I do it too.
Yes.
So I know what the answer is. I just want to get you for, because people be like, it's easy to do. Just put your apartment on. Yeah, sure. Yes. But how much does it cost? How much labor does it cost to even put the stuff in the apartment? How much? You know what I mean?
Yes,
how much setting up the tables, getting it for every like people don't talk about all this extra work.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, just hire people. No, you're not. You can start from scratch.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So how difficult is it to get into this business?
Like you just mentioned, a lot of people make it look on social media like it's something. I mean, of course, it's a business model that as you are growing into, you can make it easier. But I think as you starting and you're trying to scale the whole business, then it gets a little bit difficult because you have guests checking into whereabouts, guests breaking stuff, first finding the property exactly, getting it set up. With the setup match with what the guest wants. Does a queen size bed goes with a queen, having a king size bed make it different. Those kind of things.
I mean, question though, what's the difference though with that? Because we have like 4 properties altogether. We have a townhouse that we have a king and a queen.
Yes.
Now we have an apartment that we have 2 apartments where we have 1 queen and 1 king. So, but we charge different prices for each.
Yes.
Of course, the king gets more.
Yes, of course.
So, I guess what's the difference between that? Does it really matter, or like you just charge the same thing for both?
Yeah. So to be honest with you, from my point of view, it does not really matter because as long as the mattress is like, because that's the one thing that a lot of guests ask about is the mattress comfortable? I think some guests also look at the size of mattress, but I've always been using queen because most hotels are usually queens.
Yes.
So I think that's what I just would use as far as like the queen size and king size. But I think there's no really big deal.
Got you. It shouldn't be that. Yeah. How you feel, right?
Exactly.
So how much does it cost to get into the business on average?
So actually on my way here, I was actually trying to calculate that because I knew that might be one of the answers.
One
of the questions. So our first unit that we got, to be honest with you, I think we went all the way out, like as far as like trying to get everything like really like, which I think. I think as a starter, it's not really necessary. We probably spent roughly about $7,000, which is like a little bit too high for an apartment. But depending on your preference, if you want to like, exactly, exactly, you want to have more flowers, more green flowers around it. I think that has a huge impact in the spending as well as.
Got you. No, that makes sense. The first one we did was like 5. But we found a way, because it was a townhouse. We tried to find a way to drop it low, as it goes. So we ended up, because my mom, she knows now how to find things. She knows how to find, what I mean? So she's not able to like, find the things cheaper and faster. So we were able to duplicate that replica multiple times. Is this? Oh yeah, I already asked. That's what I asked earlier. Is this all you do? Or do you do other things? So what other business do you have running right now?
So right now I have an e-commerce business running on Walmart.com. A lot of people think that's crazy, that's impossible, but it's possible. You can sell on Walmart.
So it's like an Amazon competition.
Yes,
Got you.
And crazy thing about it is Amazon have millions of sellers. For Walmart though, they have like less than 200,000 sellers. So definitely it's a small market.
So what do you sell particularly, or is that one secret? Or anything
from toothbrushes to like furniture, and mind you, we don't actually have this.
Hold up.
Yeah, we don't hold it. We just get it from other wholesalers and drop shipping it from other places.
So is it difficult to find this people that sell wholesale? Like how like, because that was my difficulty when I wanted to do e-commerce as well, but I wanted to do Shopify, right? I wanted to drop ship it, just like, you know what I mean? But my problem was the China thing. From Alibaba is too far. I don't know if my client would wanted to wait a month to get a product that they bought a month. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense. So I was like, okay, so how do I find an American one? And that was like maybe 2 years ago. So by now I feel like there's a lot more American market. I mean, wholesalers, I guess to say. So how do you do the research to find this?
So surprisingly, actually we use other, for instance, I don't know if I should even say it online, but
it'll be one of the secrets. I'll just put it in the video. Where nobody will watch it.
Okay, got you. So we use, for instance, I actually drop ship from, like, for instance, Home Depot to Walmart, and I actually what's the other store that Walmart owns?
Sam's Club.
Sam's Club, yeah.
Got you.
Sam's Club actually the best
Wholesale.
host.
Ooh,
Yes.
that
So
is
the,
so
the price,
smart.
the price difference.
So it's all online too.
All online, yes.
That's
So
crazy.
exactly right.
Just said it to himself, I'm taking the money out.
Yeah,
That's
just
savage.
making a difference. For instance, like you
Gotcha.
can have like your tax exemption where you don't have to pay taxes. And for instance, this speaker might be on Sam's Club for about $12, and Walmart is selling it for $20. You know, for instance, we just posted from over
Buy
there.
and sell high.
Boom, boom, right
That's a
there.
formula. That's a formula. That's the
Yeah,
ultimate business
ultimate
formula.
right there.
So is there any other thing apart from that?
Miss
And the e-commerce, is that just the Walmart stuff? That's the Walmart stuff. Right?
Yes, Walmart and Amazon.
Okay.
I would say those are the main two things that I have running as far as business wise.
Okay.
And I'm trying to also, as far as the Airbnb, I'm also trying to, like, for instance, like we're talking right now, how to explain to most people that, hey, it's easy to get into. It's just the way you go into it. That's your mindset.
So this is the hard question. I was trying to wait for it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So how many Airbnbs do you really have?
Okay.
I mean, since you just started, how many Airbnbs do you have so far?
So
I guess?
far, okay.
Yes.
Currently, right.
This is an Ajax production.